welcome back to Activity Quest, the podcast that's packed with stuff to do. This week, we're not only doing one activity, but 5. We're going to be heading to 5 free activities in London that are perfect for families. We're also going to be making some fluffy unicorn slime. What an awesome episode we've got in store. Plus, as if that wasn't enough, there's also some events from all across the country. My name's Bex, and every episode of Activity Quest starts off with the presenter doing something awesome. Well, this week, Dan is fitting 5 activities into one, and he's exploring lots of things you can do for free, from Harry Potter film locations to feeding pelicans at St James's Park. Over to you, Dan. Where are we heading?
Today we're headed into the City of London to have the best day out ever, and we're not going to spend a penny. Today, I'm showing you my top 5 things that you can do in London. From Harry Potter locations to marching beefeaters, there's so much free things that you can do with your whole family in London. I've hopped off the tube at St James's Park tube stop to kick off the first place on my top 10 free things to do in London. And remember, travel on the tube is free if you're under 11. So without further ado, number 1, I am at Buckingham Palace to watch the changing of the guard. The changing of the guard is a formal ceremony where soldiers, which are called beefeaters, are changed. They are replaced by a new group of beefeaters. Now, the guards at Buckingham Palace are called the Queen's Guard. They wear red tunics and fluffy bearskin hats. To catch this ceremony, make sure you're in the forecourt of Buckingham Palace for about 10:30 in the morning. Now, just around the corner is number 2 on our free trip around London. It's visiting the pelicans. Oh yeah, you heard me. Pelicans at St James's Park. And I've come at the perfect time. Feeding time. These were first introduced to St James's Park in 1664 as a gift from the Russian ambassador, and over 40 pelicans have since made the park home. There are 6 of them here today: Isla, Tiffany, Gargi. Tiffany's a great pelican name. And they got recent new additions as well: Sun, Moon and Star. Now, one of the rangers here has got fresh fish to feed them. The pelicans have got massive beaks that can hold the entire fish. If you want to catch the feedings, then come at 2:30 and 3 every day next to Duck Island Cottage. Pelicans are pretty outgoing, sociable creatures. You would imagine that. They look like a good time. One rather mischievous pelican used to fly out to London Zoo in the Regent's Park to steal fish for lunch, and they would often sit on benches next to visitors. This pelican has just come over to say hi, being a bit too shy. Now, for number 3, let's go explore Trafalgar Square. I'm at Trafalgar Square at Nelson's Column. It's surrounded by big lion statues. Each lion weighs 7 tons, and it's believed that if Big Ben chimes 13 times a day, they will awaken. I wonder if you start to listen to Big Ben, if you can count the bongs. Let's hope it doesn't get too close to 13. Let's move off to spot number 4. Number 4, I'm crossing some of London's incredible bridges, from Tower Bridge, which was built in 1894, to the Millennium Bridge, built in, can you guess, 106 years later, built in 2000. You might recognise the Millennium Bridge from the final Harry Potter movie. Remember the scene at the very beginning when it shows the Death Eaters flying over London, just like destroying and obliterating everything in their path, including the Millennium Bridge. Thankfully, it was all done with CGI, so you can actually walk on it now, and it cost more to make in the movie than any other scene. Speaking of Harry Potter, let's get on our brooms and head to location number 5, Accio Firebolt. Well, travelling by broom is much faster than the tube, don't you think? Here I am at the train station, King's Cross at St Pancras. Excuse me, does anyone know here where I might find platform 9 3/4? 9 3/4? Ah, here it is, complete with half a trolley sticking out of the wall. The perfect stop for a Potterhead. Of course, if you're looking for more fun things to do in London, why don't you do one of our Fun Kids City of London walks? They are audio walks that you can do and get for free by heading to funkidslive.com and clicking on our Learn page when you're there. Have a look around, you'll find Roman walks, Victoria walks, and even a food walk. Talking of food, it's been a long one today. I'm feeling peckish, so I'm off to do the City of London food walk. I'll see ya.
Remember, whatever you get up to, whether it's seeing pelicans at St James's Park or heading to platform 9 3/4, we want to know. Share your results with us. You can leave a 5-star review wherever it is you're listening to this, or get in touch at funkidslive.com/activityquest. Okay, I can see Meg setting up something interesting in the studio to make unicorn slime. Meg, is that shaving cream?
Yes, it's the secret ingredient that is going to make this slime extra fluffy.
All right, I'm excited. And while Meg sets this up, let's hear from Adam with all of the events that are going on this week across the UK.
Thanks, Begs. Yes, fly down to Superheroes Week at Bockett's Farm. Have a great day out at this award-winning farm near Leatherhead, set in the glorious Surrey countryside. There's just so much to see and do this May half-term with lots of superhero fun. Learn superhero skills at the Superhero Academy and create a superhero badge in Craft Corner. Plus, meet birds of prey and even pan for gold. Find out more at bockettsfarm.co.uk. Take a peek into the secret life of bees with a week of fun activities at RHS Garden Bridgewater. RHS Garden Bridgewater in Manchester is a hive of activity as they celebrate everything about our favourite pollinators, bees. Discover the superpower of bees on their family garden trail, learn how to make a bee-friendly garden, and wander among the multi-storey sensory world of beehive installation. Buzz on over to rhs.org.uk to find out more. Plus, do you fancy a treasure hunt around Stourbridge in the West Midlands? Explore Mary Stevens Park with the self-guided Stourbridge Treasure Hunt Trail. Crack all the clues and track the secret location of the gifts left by Mr. Stevens. Once you crack the clues and they start popping up, you'll be instantly hooked. Find Stourbridge Treasure Hunt and lots of other treasure hunt locations at treasuretrails.co.uk.
Adam. Now let's make some fluffy unicorn slime.
Fluffy slime is so much fun to play with, and the secret ingredient is shaving cream. The amount of shaving cream you add will change the texture and consistency of the slime. And what I want to make today with you is a really squishy, dry, beautifully fluffy unicorn slime. Now, the fun part about making slime is experimenting with different amounts to see how the slime forms. So don't worry if yours ends up a little bit different to mine. You're going to need a responsible adult with you for this, so make sure that you've got them on hand to help you make the slime. And once you've made it, have so much fun stretching and squishing it. So the first thing you need is your ingredients. I'm using 2/3 of a cup of PVA glue, and then I'm using half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 of a cup of water, 2 to 3 cups of shaving cream, and make sure it's cream. I've done it with gel and it does not work as well, so shaving cream is better. And then 1.5 tablespoons of contact lens solution. Now this is kind of a bit of a secret ingredient in making slime. Contact lens solution contains something called boric acid, so make sure that that is on the ingredients list, and that is what's going to interact with the glue to make it super slimy. So just if you're with an adult now, just make sure they're going to check that that is in. And I'm also going to use food colouring because I want to make it the colour of unicorns, which obviously is pink, blue and lilac. So add your white glue to a bowl, and then the next thing you want to do is add the water and the baking soda, and it'll start to sound all fizzy, and you're going to mix. Okay, now it's nicely mixed, mine is anyway, and you need to add your shaving cream. I love this bit. Okay, I've added my shaving cream, and then I'm going to add some food colouring. I'm adding a little bit of pink. I'm going to mix it all together. Now, at the moment, I'm mixing with a spoon, and it's pretty gloopy. It doesn't quite look like slime. So now you want to slowly add your contact lens solution. This is going to make the glue change and become firmer and make it fluffy. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon in, and then I'm just kneading it with my hand. You get your hand hand in now for 5 minutes. It's quite sticky at the moment. That's completely normal. And after 5 minutes, I'm now going to add half a teaspoon more of the contact lens solution and knead it for a couple more minutes. Now, as you do this, it should be getting less sticky. Fluffy slime is pretty messy when you're making it. It's completely normal that it's going to stick to your hands. If you don't like that sort of feeling, you can wear gloves or you can try and do it with a spoon. But it's best to just get in there, get a bit messy, and eventually it's going to turn to a beautiful, soft, squishy slime. If it's still too sticky, add a little bit more contact lens solution, but try not to add too much because then it will become hard and it won't be stretchy to play with. Now I'm going to repeat the same recipe for each colour I'd like to make. So I've done pink and now I'm going to do blue, and then I'm going to make a lilac one by mixing a little bit of the pink and a little bit of the blue together. Now you can keep them separate or you can mix them together, and I've got this amazing fluffy slime. Like, I can put my hand in it and you can see this hand print, and as I stretch it, it's really long and soft. It is so much fun to play with. I love fluffy slime. It's my favourite kind of slime. There are loads of ways you can mix up this slime. You could add some glitter to make it glittery, or you could make it a different colour. You can make it green, so it's like Shrek slime. I absolutely love slime. This slime will last about a week if you keep it in an airtight container, like a takeaway tub. It'll lose a little bit of its slimy softness, its fluffiness, but it'll still be super fun to play with. Now, I'm going to play with mine. Bex, what do you think? Is this fun to play with?
Wow, it feels so soft, not wet or slimy at all. I reckon, even if you don't like slime too much, then you should just give this a go anyway. It's pretty awesome. Remember, there's loads of episodes of Activity Quest that you can go back and listen to anytime. If you're after some more suggestions, just scroll back in your podcast app and pick an episode you fancy. Whatever you do, and however you do it, tell us at funkidslive.com/activityquest. And remember to rate, review, and follow this podcast wherever it is you're listening to it. I'm Bex, and this has been a podcast from the UK's children's radio station, Fun Kids. Listen to Fun Kids on your DAB digital radio, online, on the free Fun Kids mobile app, and on your smart speaker. Just say, play Fun Kids.